Well, I woke up this morning from a reoccurring dream.
What's going on, Jabs? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and we are getting ready to do another reaction. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This time the reaction is for SARDAR UDHAM. Please forgive me if I said that incorrectly, but this film has been getting a lot of press lately. I don't understand why just yet, but I am about to find out and see where all of the hype is. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscription button, click the bell icon so that you can get up-to-date notifications so you can hang out with your boy. Hey, you know, I love doing these things. Get to kick it, talk about film, all that great stuff. And of course, leave some thumbs up and some comments because you know we love those comments. All right, hey man, I'm getting fired up and ready to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this bad boy rolling. This is SARDAR UDHAM. My big gigantic cup of tea that's larger than my head. Oh, an Amazon original movie. What a star experienced a horrific massacre. Oh, wow. Peaceful gathering of over 20,000 people. Wow, 20,000 people. Based on true events.
शेर सिंह, आज़ादी मुबारक हो। देश वाली आज़ादी तो नहीं मिलती, ये गरीबों वाली ले ले।
Wow, beautiful cinematography.
कपड़े नंद सिंह आए हैं मिलने।
हमारे अच्छा सारे के कामरेड जो बचे हैं कुछ जेल में हैं, जो बाहर हैं वो टूट चुके हैं। अब यहाँ कुछ नहीं बचा है। पासपोर्ट लाहौर, हथियार के साथ तुम बॉर्डर नहीं क्रॉस कर पाओगे। अफगानिस्तान में मिल जाएगा। लंदन की डिटेल नीचे CID है।
So he must be a political prisoner, or was a political prisoner.
कब निकला वो?
रात को।
Wow. Here's some beautiful shots.
क्या करा ला? सबने फंदे ही चुमने हैं ना?
ध्यान रखना पड़ जाए।
He looks so different without all the hair. Rawalpindi.
सर, शेर सिंह फरार है। सर, एक हफ्ते से उसके थाने में कोई रिपोर्टिंग नहीं हुई है।
Sher Singh.
घंटी तो हमारे बांध गया शेर अंग्रेज। यहाँ हमारे घर पे डाका डाला, उधर इंग्लैंड के लिए शिप लोड कर दिया।
Man, that looks really treacherous. And those Russian winters are no joke.
Тебе еще целый день до границы идти.
Wow. Huh. You're lucky somebody found him.
अगर मुझे कुछ हो गया, कुछ ना कुछ तो होना ही है, छोड़ेंगे तो नहीं ये लोग। उसके बाद ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्मूथली चले, उसके लिए तुम्हें कुछ बताना चाहता हूँ।
फिर तो पक्का हमें किसी तीसरे को बुलाना पड़ेगा। मेरा भी वही होना जो तेरा होना।
Дорогой, проснись, кушать надо.
Passport, please. Hang go.
HSR में से तो हिंदुस्तान में कोई बचा ही नहीं, तो तुम अकेले यहाँ रीग्रुप करोगे। यहाँ जितने इंडियंस हैं सब अपने ड्राइंग रूम में कंफर्टेबल होकर बैठे हैं, कैसे जगाओगे उन्हें?
नाम बदल लो। यहाँ की भाषा में बोलूँ तो लाई लो फॉर सम टाइम।
भगत सिंह से आखिरी मुलाकात कब हुई तुम्हारी?
पकड़े जाने से पहले। उसके बाद तो सीधे वो चिट्ठी मिली थी, कहीं बाहर जाकर सपोर्ट खड़ा करने को बोला था।
Okay.
It is a great privilege for me to be here to talk to you on behalf of the East India Association.
Oh, fine.
Over 100,000 Sikhs from my Punjab fought for the crown. The empire was a force for good. It is not only our right but our duty to rule India. Great to see you.
Whoa. Wow. Goodness. Shot him dead. Wow.
He killed 1,000.
That, the look of satisfaction on his face. Wow. Goodness. That man waited a long time to do that.
The assassin, who fired 6 shots in quick succession, was immediately apprehended by the police.
The Indians never forget their enemy.
He is a man of Indian origin, but we will not tolerate such violence.
कर दिया उसने जिद्दी तो था ही मानना पड़ेगा
Why did you do this? Tell me the names of your associates.
Man, they are not going to leave any stone unturned. Can't have brown people doing this. Black and brown people have to know their place. Wow.
Sure he's the same man?
Yes, sir. We're certain of it, sir.
Well, if he is our man and he came in 6 years ago, what the hell has he been doing since then?
Plotting, planning.
Are you Surat Ali?
I had nothing to do with this killing.
You're gonna have to come with us, sir.
Immigration records show that he entered London several times since 1933. Tried to organise an international network of rebels for the Garda Party. There's a police complaint against him in 1937 for publicly beating another Indian in a brawl at a bar in South London. Our last entry in the records show him working as a welder in an iron factory in East London.
Well, he was put under watch 9 years ago, sir, when he left prison in India and lost track of him.
We can't take any chances.
Sir.
सिर्फ 4 खोल मैंने 6 के 6 दाग दी थी एग्जैक्टली भी भरा था सिर्फ टायर
I do not feel pain.
You've eluded us for 9 years. I mean, you must have made some really nice friends.
Oh man, what are they gonna do?
Tell me about the next target.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Tell me of all the other...
Did he have any visitors?
An Indian man and a Latin.
British.
Yes.
I suspect he may have established links with other extremists through her.
Eileen Palmer?
You're not registered with the party?
Yes, I was. In India, HSRA.
Bagat Singh's HSRA.
तुसी जानते हो? I need help. I fight for freedom of my people.
Fight for the freedom of the whole world.
First my country free, then march, equality.
We will dig everything out, one way or another. You must have had the support of all our regular rebels who frequent such places. What about Eileen Palmer?
उसके साथ तुम्हारे क्या संबंध है?
Surely then you knew that he was a wanted man before he came to England.
His past is a mystery to me as well.
Were you aware of what he was planning to do?
No.
7 men have been arrested and 1 fatally shot.
Stop! No!
Ooh, just a kid too. Goodness. Whoa, you had to follow up on shooting a child? Yo, the savagery is just unspeakable.
Intelligence agencies say the raid was significant in preventing the IRA from imminent acts of sabotage on British soil.
Wow.
So what is it that you're planning to do?
I need guns. My country, I prisoner. मर्जी के बीज नहीं बोल सकता मैं. Poetry, even poetry ban. No free will. Can't breathe. My party, HSRA, finished. Everybody shot, hanged. So I fight. Different way.
Was that money or like bonds or something maybe? I don't know.
I want landing in India. Balance. You see Bloody Sunday? I see Bloody Sunday in India. Your revolution, my revolution, same. You lamb, me lamb. Butcher, same.
British police have foiled an arms conspiracy between Irish and Indian rebels after a major consignment containing grenades, rifles and pistols was intercepted at the port of Calcutta in northern India.
It seems like everywhere he goes, moments later, the jig is up and they end up becoming exposed.
रशिया में अपना कांटेक्ट यूज करके निकल जाओ यहाँ से immediately.
And thank you for helping.
I do wonder just how close their friendship was.
We've confirmation now that you re-entered from Russia to support the communists in their civil war.
आप जैसी एंटी-कॉलोनियल कंट्री के सपोर्ट के बिना हमें सुनेगा कौन? We need weapons.
पर मैं वादा करता हूँ कि सोवियत यूनियन आपके साथ है, लेकिन इस वक्त हम जंग की तैयारी में हैं, और ये वक्त सही नहीं है।
Kensington Gardens के आसपास रहता है।
It's like I know where you live now. And my man is like, I could touch you anywhere. I'm willing to bet the reason why he hasn't shot him during those other times, because he's had open opportunities, right? I'm willing to bet that he made sure that he was in front of all of his peers giving that speech so that he can show the power of the resolve of his people of getting justice. I think personally that's why he waited so long.
My intention was to crush lawlessness and rebellion.
He even knows what church he goes to. All right, so that's where we're gonna close this part of SARDAR UDHAM out. It's been pretty interesting so far. Of course, you know me, the one thing I really love is some of like the technical parts when it comes to filmmaking. That is some of the cinematography, the acting, the writing, directing, all of it is really top notch. You can tell this is definitely one of those more modern day type films because of the pride that's been taken in order to make the production so solid. The character themselves, Udham Singh, the guy, the main character, he's fascinating because he's a man of sheer will. You kind of get a really good glimpse of what the overall scope and how things end regarding him killing the man who was responsible for the massacre when India was under the regime of Britain at the time, of England, the British Empire. What's fascinating to me is how injustice anywhere is just injustice, period, regardless of if it's happening in the States, if it's happening in India, if it's happening in other parts of the world. And it's fascinating to me to get a personal account of the people that go through it, and then you see things from their perspective. The funny thing about history is that it is primarily written by the people who won. So there's a lot of skewed idea and skewed thinking and skewed logic regarding the people who control another whole group of people, another whole township, a territory, a country. And a lot of times in order to force people to your will, most times when you're forcing people to their will, atrocities happen, and we got a chance to see what some of those atrocities look like. An entire 20-some thousand people were fired upon, men, women, children. And what kind of effect does that have on people, the people that survive? What is it that inspires people to join groups to go out of their way to stop you regarding putting their own life on the line in order to kill, assassinate other individuals who were a part of the initial atrocity? What causes people to join groups that some consider freedom fighters, others consider them to be terrorist groups? Most people just don't wake up in the morning and they're like, yo, I want to be a part of this extremist group. Something has to happen in order to inspire that, and you got to see firsthand. And you see it in a way that makes you completely understand it, the type of will, the type of intestinal fortitude that it takes in order to stay focused, in order to get your revenge, to invoke your justice, to even things out, so to speak. We have a guy who's forced out of his country, who had to walk across the wastelands of Russia in winter, who practically froze to death if it wasn't for the woman with the sled dogs to come and pick him up, to be uprooted and then to be placed in a foreign territory, enemy territory, to be precise, and then try to build up a network from scratch. I think that's one of the things that's pretty interesting to me, because even though his network is established, to me, it doesn't necessarily seem like it was like this person might have been necessarily handpicked for this particular job. I could be wrong. Maybe I haven't looked at it thoroughly enough, but it seems to me that this is a man who was let out of prison, who was done wrong, who was already with a group that was fighting against the power of his townships and country subjugation, and he decided to put it on himself and was like, I'm going to go out and get the job done. That's how it feels. Now that may be revealed to be something totally different, and maybe he is a part of a sleeper cell that has been recruited to do these tasks, but as of right now, initially it feels like he's kind of like doing this under his own power, and he's just using the resources that have been available to him. Some of the things that really stand out was the moment when he decided to do some pistol practice, because you see in a lot of these movies where like the gunner just hops out and he's just killing people like dead to rights. There's a lot of pressure in order for you to get that shot right? You'd have to at least have some kind of working knowledge of how to deal with firearms, some way of readying yourself so that you don't miss. During the interrogation, there was a moment when I think the police officer came back and I think he only had like 4 bullets left, and he said that he had put like 10, or he put 6 of them in somebody. I may not have connected the dots completely, but it seemed to me that Udham Singh's whole purpose was like, yo, what do you mean? Like, did I miss? He was so focused on making sure that this man was dead that that's all that mattered. So that kind of rattled him just a little bit. That's the only time you kind of really seen him rattled. All the other times when they do kind of get to him, he's more or less like lost in thought. Like when they bring up Eileen, somebody that understood his struggle, but maybe not have been able to give him all of the tools he needed in order for him to reach his goal, even though she's a freedom fighter herself. We don't know what the depths of that relationship are or was at the time. To me, it seems like it may have been something a little more than just friends. Maybe there's romance within the cause itself, because you're two individuals fighting for the same overall ideals of peace for your people. There was a good point when she asked him, she was like, well, why don't you fight for the whole world? And he was like, I can't fight for the whole world when my own people can't even get free. Let me get me and my people free, and then maybe we can have this conversation of talking and fighting for the world. There's also some interesting dialogue that's going on with working in cahoots with people that are known communists. Now, over here in the States, there's certainly a stigma regarding communism, and especially back then, it even carried more weight. But when your back is against the wall and there are no allies, and you have to have some type of international cohesion, some international backup in order for you to get this gigantic monkey off of your back, that is England, in order for you to, the British Empire, in order for you to be free, you'll do whatever it is necessary and work with whatever group that you deem that can help you reach your goal. Now, whether him working with communists is justifiable or not, that's not really what matters. What matters is somebody that can help you. He seems like he's going through all of the channels, and even when he reaches a country as large as the Soviet Union, they're even like, listen, we don't want to leave you hanging, but we're on the cusp of World War II, or actually they're probably in the middle of World War II. I'm sure you'll correct me in the comments regarding when World War II officially kicks off. Russia was like, we can't do this right now, even though we know that you're hurting and we know that you could use our help. So it just seems like you're in a no-win kind of situation. And it also can maybe justify maybe the reasons why he's able to go so far as to, maybe I might not be able to destroy all of England or all of Great Britain or the British Empire, but I can at least affect it in a way and get revenge for my people by killing this one man. Maybe that's what the final end goal of that was. It's pretty good. I know that there is some controversy regarding the film being accepted into some of the larger award showcases like the Oscars. I don't know the details as to why that is. I've heard that it may have something to do with the fact that the British Empire may be seen in a negative light. I don't know how much truth that holds. And after watching this, I've seen other films where you've seen America not being the best light, the British Empire not being the best light, a lot of just Western cultures and Western civilizations as a whole not be put in the best life and shown and be accountable for the actions that they've done. And I'm hoping that is not the reason why this film, from what I've seen so far, would not be considered for an award showcase. I'm just speaking from hearsay. I'd have to look it up a little bit more, find out all the details of why that is. I guess that's also something that's a contributing factor as to the weight of what the film is bringing too, because it's pointing a finger at just wrongdoers in general, be it politically motivated or not, massacring, 20-something thousand some odd people. I'm not sure if 20,000 people died or if just 20,000 people were shot. Regardless, people lost their lives. And depending on what side of the fence that you're on, one is just business as usual because you're somebody who's got your foot on the smaller man's neck. And then the other side of that is those could be considered war crimes. So you've got somebody who's going to take it upon themselves to find some type of justice for those actions. It's been interesting. I've been enjoying it so far. So that is where we've been with part 1. Make sure to check out part 2 whenever we get done with this. And of course, make sure you click the subscription button before we all peace out, because man, I hope you are enjoying this ride with me. It's been a lot of fun so far. Of course, click the notifications button, click the bell icon so that you can get notifications anytime something new like this drops. And of course, give us those thumbs up and leave your comments. So this is Syntell with the Intel Japsters, and I will catch you for part 2.